PK in the universe, here to talk about my GameCube collection. Why am I doing another collection video? Is it to feed the algorithm because these videos do much better than my regular videos? Maybe, maybe not. But I actually do really enjoy talking about my video game collection just because a lot of my collections are very small. When I first started collecting, I used to just buy everything and anything, but as time has gone on, I've really trimmed down a lot of my collections, so I think it's fun to talk about these small collections of mine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about my GameCube collection. So here we go. First off, we have Batman Vengeance. I have still never played this game. I'm a huge fan of Batman the Animated Series. I have all 4 volumes on DVD, but I've never played this game, honestly, and it looks okay. I mean, yeah, I love that series, but I just have never gotten around to it. Another thing to mention, too, is I don't actually have an original GameCube anymore. I actually if I were going to play games on the GameCube, I'd just play it on my Wii. So, anyways, yeah, Batman Vengeance. Up next, Resident Evil 0 and the original Resident Evil. Both these games are now, there's an HD version of these games available on multiple systems. I don't have any of those, the HD versions, so I kind of just hold on to these. I've never played any of them. Sadly enough, it's 2 more games I've never actually played. But yeah, I played the original Resident Evil Director's Cut on PS1 back in the day. In fact, it was one of the first PlayStation games I ever played. It freaked me the heck out, but I've never played the remakes, honestly. And I definitely want to come to those at some point, so that's why I guess I keep holding on to them. Who knows, someday maybe I'll buy the HD versions, but... So, Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0. Not HD versions. Up next, Mario Party 7. This is the only Mario Party game that I own. I don't know why I purchased it. I actually got it at Goodwill or something a long time ago. And it says you can play up to 8 players. I had no idea. How do you play with 8 players? Is there a adapter that works with that? As I have no idea. I've never seen a GameCube game where you can play with 8 players. So that's really interesting. Up next, the game that for some people it's the only Smash Brothers that matters, and that's Super Smash Brothers Melee. I remember I bought this at, when I was still living in California, I bought this at Game Trader was the name of the store, actually, and it was like $20 at the time. I remember thinking, man, $20 for a GameCube game, that seems like a lot of money, and this was 2012, so, but I was like, you know what, I don't have it, so I'm just going to pick it up, and I got it, obviously, and it's really fluctuated in price. I think it's worth more than $20 now at the time of this recording, so yeah, Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's pretty cool. Up next, The Chronicles of Narnia. Why did I get this game? I actually really like the Narnia movies, believe it or not. And I told my wife that I'd seen this game, and she's like, hey, you should get that game. So I got that game. I know, cool story, huh? Up next, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I have Sonic Adventure on my PS3, digitally, and then I actually have it on Dreamcast, and I've never been able to find it on the Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast, so I picked this up one day. So yeah, that's what I got. If I ever finish Sonic Adventure 1, I'll actually play this game. In fact, my son and I actually were playing it really recently, and he thinks it's pretty cool, so I was actually letting him just play it. Yeah, he's 3 years old and he's playing Sonic Adventure. I don't know why, it kind of just happened, but yeah. He likes the cartoon as well. But anyways, up next, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Yeah, I actually think this was my first attempt at ever printing off a cover for a game, and it shows that I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I remember the printer I had was like really old. This was like in, like 2012 or something like that. I don't know what I was thinking. This is terrible. Up next, Mario Kart Double Dash. This is a game that I don't think I've ever played, honestly. And I know that you're like thinking, gosh dang it, PK, there's so many games you have clearly not played. And it's just the inconvenience of hooking up the Wii, honestly, is why I probably have not played more of my GameCube games. But I probably should just hack my Wii U and play it that way. I've heard that's a great way to play GameCube games. But yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash. Heard this game is a ton of fun and is kind of like, it's one of those you either love it or you hate it kind of things. But yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash. Here's a game I've tried to start a bunch of times but never actually played very much of, and that's Luigi's Mansion. And it's the player's choice version. I know. All right, now we're getting into the good ones, my Zelda games. Well, first up we got The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. I remember I found this at I think it was at a flea market or something, and it was just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, oh, cool, 4 Swords. I've played the DS version of it, and it's actually, I actually got to port that over to, or push, when I took my original DS games, I actually got to move that over to the 3DS, I think. Or maybe I had to download that. Maybe that was available for download for a limited time. I don't remember. There's a 4 Swords on the DS and 3DS. And that's the game I've probably played more than anything. I've not really given this much of a shot. I don't know. I like the 4 Swords games. They look cool. I like the art style in particular. But I've never really invested a whole lot of time in them. But yeah. So then you got The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and the Master Quest version of it. I've never played this particular version of the game. It's one of those, I think I had it when it was new, and then I rebought it years later. And so yeah, I mostly have memories of playing Ocarina of Time on the N64, and that's where most of my experience playing that game lies. I've kind of dabbled and tried to play it on the Wii U, and I just was not in love with the gamepad, but yeah. Never played the Master Quest version at all. I mean, I thought the first game was kind of difficult for me as it is, because I'm not really great at that kind of game. And then Twilight Princess. Yes. Oh man, I love this game. Honestly, it's the grown-up Zelda I had been waiting for since Ocarina of Time, honestly, you know. And I have the HD version on Wii U. I used to have the Wii version, but in fact, I think I've owned the Wii version like 3 times, and I've sold that all 3 times because I felt no desire or need to play with the motion controls, to be honest. So, you know, and this was like, I have a lot of nostalgia for this game, which is kind of weird to say about a game that came out in like 2006 or 2005. Was it 2005 or 2006? I can't remember. Maybe it was like, yeah. Anyways, it's one of those games that I had pre-ordered. I had pre-ordered this game, and then I remember being really frustrated by the fact that the Wii version came out before, and I had to wait to get my copy because I had a GameCube at the time. I did not have a Wii, and the Wiis were hard to get at the time as well. So yeah, when I finally got this, I was so happy, and I'm really glad that they made the GameCube version into the HD version instead of just taking the existing Wii version, you know. So, you know, Link is left-handed is the only Link that matters. I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Love this game. Up next, Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. What can I say? I have not really... I think I've tried out this game, but never really gotten too invested in it. I have a lot of nostalgia for Harvest Moon 64, as I've told a lot of people, and I've mentioned this in other videos too. But yeah, Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. It's one of those, I probably need to check this out kind of games. Up next, Super Monkey Ball. Super Monkey Ball. I always heard a lot of good things about the Monkey Ball games on GameCube. I heard some people didn't like the Wii versions that came out later, but I think this was a random thrift store find. Can't say a lot about it because I've never really played it, but heard good things about it. Yeah, Super Monkey Ball. 2 more games left, guys. 2 more games. Beautiful Joe 2. Beautiful Joe 2. Do I even have Beautiful Joe 1? I don't know, honestly. I might not have it. I always like the art style of the Beautiful Joe games, and Wonderful 101 obviously is a spiritual successor, and I have that game on Wii U, so it makes sense that I would have this game. Yeah. I think I've played a little bit of it, but never gotten very far. Now, last but certainly not least, here's a game that I've played and beat multiple times. Yes, we're finally got to a game that I've legitimately played for quite some time, and that is Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Yes. Oh my gosh, this game does not get enough love, and it gets a lot of criticism from, you know, the diehard people who played the PS1 version first. And I played the demo like multiple times on PS1 before And I remember thinking, and I remember trying it out later on, and it was hard to go back to after playing like Metal Gear Solid 2 or playing Metal Gear Solid 3. And this game, what can I say? I mean, I just love the graphics of this game for the time it was. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, they made this game look beautiful. This looks amazing on my CRT TV, honestly. This just looks fantastic compared to what the original PS1 version. And I love that they got the controls from MGS2. In fact, it was said that this actually graphically was better than MGS2. And yeah, and some people didn't like that because they had said they made the game too easy. And you know what? I disagree. I don't think, I mean, this, yeah, maybe it made it a little easier, but honestly, I love that they also changed to some of the voice acting too to be more consistent with the later games. But honestly, this is, I don't know, just, and I love the cinema scenes. You know what I used to do? I used to take you could actually like rewatch all the cinema scenes and stuff in this game, and I used to actually just literally sit there and rewatch it like it was a movie or something. Yeah. Oh man, Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes is where it's at. I'm telling you right now. This is, if I was gonna have to get rid of all my GameCube games, this would be the last one to go. And I'm telling you right now, it's kind of silly. I know, to have nostalgia for a game that's, I don't know, when was the 2004. Yeah, this game came out in 2004. It's kind of silly maybe to have nostalgia for a game that came out in 2004, but man, oh man, that doesn't even seem like that long ago, but it really was. I mean, I was 19 years old in 2004, which is a weird thing to think about, but yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, The Twin Snakes. I mean, this got me into the Metal Gear games, and all right, I kind of rambled on long enough. So, do you guys collect for the GameCube? What's your thoughts? What's your favorite GameCube game? Comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay awesome in this universe. Thanks. Bye.